Teaching is a very noble profession that shapes the character, caliber, and future of an individual. That was said by a former teacher, and former president of India. Everyone will be a teacher at some point in their lifetime. Perhaps you are fortunate enough to have an influential teacher in high school, elementary school, or maybe even middle school. I personally was extremely blessed to have godly teachers, and I can attest to the fact that they have a huge influence on their students. Becoming a high school teacher is not only a profitable career choice, but it also allows the individual an opportunity to influence young minds for the cause of Christ. Today we will be discussing the requirements, the influence, and the unspoken tasks of a high school teacher. But let's first get started with the requirements. As with other occupations, the requirements for high school teachers vary from state to state. However, there are a few common things that all states require. Teachers are required to have at least a bachelor's degree with some form of teacher training or teaching experience. They're also required to have basic safety certifications such as CPR. In order to receive a teaching license, an individual must take a state-provided teaching knowledge test. If they pass, they receive their teaching license and are allowed to teach in private and public schools. After these three things are achieved, a teacher is expected to also maintain order in their classroom. They're responsible for providing comprehensive lessons and assignments that back up those lessons. Teachers are also responsible for communicating with their students' parents regarding their grades or how they behaved in class. Teachers are also expected to take time out of their day to understand their students and get to know how they learn. General statistics about this occupation can be found on the website for Bureau of Labor. It says that the median pay for high school teachers is about $60,320 per year, that there are a little over 1 million jobs classified as high school teachers, and the proposed growth rate for this career is 4%. Most teachers do not teach over the summer months. However, they will normally use that time to prepare for the next semester. Teaching should not just be about the salary, though. Being a teacher is about impacting the next generation. Next, we will see how a godly teacher portrays the qualities. Godly qualities can have an impact on their students. In recent years, teachers have been restricted in openly sharing their religious beliefs with their students. However, there are a few instances where teachers can openly share their beliefs. One is if a student asks a question regarding the teacher's religious belief on a certain topic. The teacher can then respond in an academic way. Or if a teacher is studying their specific religion in their class, for their history class or math class or science class, they can also talk about it then. Other than these instances, most teachers refrain from publicly sharing their faith in front of their class. A teacher, however, doesn't need to speak about their faith. They can show their students what they believe by having the joy that living for Jesus brings. Having an attitude of joy makes people question what motivates that individual. There, however, is a difference between joy and happiness. Happiness is temporary and comes from temporary pleasures, whereas joy comes from having a thriving relationship with God. Teachers can also be an encouragement by giving their students verbal encouragement, written encouragement, or physical encouragement like giving them a gift. Along with the ability to have a godly impact on the lives of their students, teachers are required to be dedicated to their unspoken tasks. Teachers don't work from just 7 till 3. They often take work home with them. Paperwork can sometimes be overwhelming, and sometimes they even have to pay for their own supplies. However, teachers experience the joy of seeing their students grasp concepts and learn new principles and life skills. Teachers that cannot keep up with the demands of teaching and fail to see these desired results in their students can leave the profession altogether. This is considered teacher burnout. According to an article from the School Leadership and Management Journal, burnout is considered to be a syndrome of 3 dimensions: emotional exhaustion, depersonalization, and reduced personal accomplishment. Burnout is caused by multiple factors, some of which include, but are not limited to, an unbalanced personal life, problems with administration in the school, emotional stress in the classroom, and unmet expectations. Being a high school teacher can be a really difficult career, but do the positives outweigh the negatives? Well, you've got to consider how a teacher can impact the young lives of their students for the cause of Christ. Being a teacher is a statistically successful career choice and can be accomplished with basic schooling and a desire to educate others. Being a teacher is more than just showing up to work every day. It is an investment in the lives of the next generation.